afternoon and welcome to my channel. I'm making some tea bag envelopes today. I was inspired by Una Tacita de Scrap, a Spanish junk journaler, and I have this box of tea bags here that I do need to start using. And what I'm doing, I've got 100 GSM paper, and I'm going to do some stamping to start off with. And I'm using the Sample Nature Finds stamp set. I'll start off with a bit of text, and I'm using the archival coffee because we're going to be using glue on this, so we don't want it to run. You just stamp randomly, and then I'm going to be using different sizes of stamps to fill it up. So I will now use this one, which is quite a large one. Oh, but fits on there, I didn't realise. It's all the way around. Fits on there. So I will now stamp this whole area, and what I will do is go down in size in stamps as well. I think that's it. I'm now going to take my glue stick. I'll talk about the tea bags first. Some of my tea bags are really, really grungy, like this, and when you put them on, you can't see the stamping behind it, so they're not a good idea to use. And then some are okay one side, so you pull them apart like that, but not so good on that side. And the same with this one. This one's clearer. So I'm using these at the moment, and I'm tearing off the edges like this, like that. And then I've got some I've already torn, and here I will need to do these. I've also got some pieces that I keep to do the filling in as well. So you get your glue stick and you literally go on and just glue. And leave a bit to go over the edge, and I use my bone folder just to make sure that it's stuck down like that. Then I try and do some in different directions if I can, and put the straighter edges at time. You see there's a piece there now, a gap there that needs filling. So I'll get a piece of this and just tear it down. These tear very nicely, so you can feel quite a lot of gaps with them. I'll just put this bit down here. I'm trying not to overlap too much so that it doesn't end up being too dark in places. As you can see, when you overlap, it gets a bit darker. So go down here. Okay, I now just need to let this dry and then trim off round the edge. and I'll show you next what happens. Okay, so this is all dried and I've trimmed off the edges. And as you can see on some of the dark bits like here, you can't really see the stamping through, which is why I use the lighter tea bags. Now I'm just going to find the middle. There. And just cut that in half. This will make 2 envelopes. Can never see it when it's on white. Need to make a little mark. There we go. So let me see. Should I go that way up? Go that way up. So I just bring these two roughly into the middle so they overlap just a little bit. Here's my bone folder. You could use your scoreboard if you wanted to. And as this is the bottom, I'm just folding that up just slightly to tuck it up. Like that. And then this one's going to be the flap, so I want that slightly wider. Like that. Sometimes you do get a bit of the tea bag hanging off. So now I need to cut off this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit, and I will put this one together as well. Then just cut just up to there, just to make it a little bit of a depth there, a very thin amount. And you might have to do some adjusting once you've done it. And then fold these in around the corners like that, so they're even. Now the larger pieces that I've just cut off, I'm actually keeping because I'm going to stamp them and make them into labels at some point. You can also cover this if you want to, cover the whole sheet so you've got the inside covered. I'm just going to ink in there. But first I need to make sure, see, that isn't level. That needs to come down a little bit more. So it's like that. So now I've just got to ink, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo for the inside. And as it's quite a high sides, I can only have to go a little way in. Like that. And then I'm going to ink round the edges and use ground espresso because I don't want it, I want it to be standing out a bit. Okay, so I've inked all the way around with the ground espresso, and I've inked inside there. Now I just need to level these off here, and we're going to glue thin layer of glue down here. One of the other things I will say is sometimes your tea bags do come up, just the corners, so you could use your art glitter glue or a strong glue just to put them down. There, like that. and then we just glue this side up onto there. The feel to it is almost like leather. It's got a lovely feel to this envelope. The texture on it. Oops. There. Now I'm making a woodland journal. I've also already done this one. My edge went a bit crooked there. I've already done all that one. But I'm making a woodland journal, and what I want to do is use some of these winter Polaroids from, I can't remember who they're from. I used them last year for a woodland winter journal, but they're gorgeous images. So I thought I could put this here, the bunny rabbit. I mean, I've got a deer, but that's quite large. They're quite large, these ones. Oh, there's a squirrel. Oh, I like the squirrel. I like the squirrel as well. No, I think I'm going to go with the bunny rabbit in the cold. Also got one like that. No, bunny rabbit. I've made my mind up. Bunny rabbit. And then I've got some antique lace here. And just want a thin piece. Oh, here we go. Maybe a piece, oh, that way. Piece that goes across the top, just partly across the top there, and then comes down. Where's my scissors? Over there. Like that. And then just comes down the sides there. Not all the way down though. Just maybe so there, just a small piece. As it's hard to get the antique lace here. I had to get this from, did I get this from France? Yes, I think I did, or it might have been Barcelona. I think it was France. I am going to ink around here. Just darkens and takes that white away where you've printed. And then one of the other things I've got is some photo corners. So I'm just going to stick these onto here on 3 corners. Like that. There. So I will have this out there and that there, like that. So I need to glue this down. Oops. What I'm going to do is just put a thin run of glue down here because I am sticking the photo on the top. Just got to get this in the right, roughly the right position there. With this piece just down the side. And asked if you're all well. I hope you are. Sort of about there. We are, we're okay. Got the tiler back next week. Not for the lounge this time, but to put these tiles around our windows. I'm also going to put extra glue on these bits. And then run a bead of glue around the edges, like that. Simple and straightforward. Like that. And then on the back here, I just thought a label would go quite well there. Now I have these Shabby Dabby Doodah labels. I'm not sure blue. Oops. This really goes in with the colouring. They're too big, aren't they? Is this one too big? Yeah. No. Oh, I'll make that one. I'll just ink around that. Yes, the tiler's back. He's going to be doing our in the porch around the windows. I don't know if you saw again the craft room, quick craft room tour, but through my window I look out onto the porch, which is covered in, obviously. It's another room, and it used to be the outside, but now we want some tiles put round it, and I've managed to find at long last some old Spanish tiles to go round. It's taken me 2 years, but I found them to go round the window to frame the windows. There. So that's that one. This one I'm going to tie around. So I'm going to put a hole halfway in there and put a grommet in, or eyelet. Like that. Then I thought I've got Roxy's birds and Roxy's flowers. I was thinking some birds. Too big. They're too big. Like that. Have I got any others? Oh, there's him. Oh, I quite like him. Or there's some flowers. I like the way she does these large, plus the birds, but you can make them smaller if you want. No. Quite like that one. Oh, I don't know now. No, do you know, I think I'm going with the flower. I like the flower on there. And then I've got some scraps here. Got some book page maybe underneath. I like that. Okay, I'm going to ink round, and then I'm using my pen to colour in the white bits, so it takes the white edging away. So I've glued them down, and now I just need the thread, which I've got this vintage gold knitting or crochet, apparently. I picked it up at the charity shops, and I'm just going to tie it round like this. And just tie it into a there. So these are my 2 tea bag envelopes I've made out of an A4 plain piece of paper. As I say, you could put some paper inside if you wanted to. I'm quite pleased with them. That will be, you'll see that in the Woodland Journal coming up, hopefully. Not sure where I'll use that one. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and even the notification bell to let you know when I've got more. It all helps my channel. Thanks a lot. Bye.